And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swat with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about efforts to help California's 600,000 Asian Pacific Islander businesses, help them succeed. My guest this segment is Julian Canete, who's the Director of Business Development for the California Asian Pacific Chamber of Commerce. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
So I guess we should talk, demographically about the Asian Pacific Islander population in California. I mean, it is growing rapidly, and the number of businesses are growing rapidly. They're really becoming quite a force.
Exactly. I mean, close to over 600,000 Asian-owned businesses. But within the ethnic communities, you know, we're probably the fastest growing and the largest. I mean, compared to other communities, we have the highest revenue, $180 billion in revenue.
$180 billion?
$180 billion. Now, when we talk about the Hispanic community, they've got $80 billion. We've got $180 billion in revenue amongst our 600,000 businesses. We employ close to 950,000 individuals in those Asian businesses. So again, a growing segment of the economy, contributing greatly to California's economic recovery.
Would you say that certainly most of these businesses are what's called small businesses? I mean, fewer than 50 employees. Some would be micro enterprises, sure, which is 5 or fewer employees.
Definitely. Majority of our businesses are what we, at least what we classify within our own minds as small businesses, and we usually talk about 50 or less. I mean, sure, we have some businesses out there that have the 100, 200, 300 employees.
Right. We've talked about this before, but what do you consider the greatest barriers to success for these small businesses?
I think still it's still you know, access to capital still seems to be a big barrier amongst our businesses, as well as creating greater opportunities within, you know, procurement opportunities with corporate America and government as well, as we continue to train them to be more qualified and be qualified businesses to gain access to those contracts.
I mean, government especially. I mean, you've got some huge infrastructure projects, and you know, it makes sense to have some of these businesses clearly have a portion of that work.
Exactly, and that's what our President and CEO, Pat Vonkashita, I mean, that's what she fights for every day, is those opportunities. And saying, with high-speed rail, how do we get more of our businesses into that realm, and being able to contract and work with the major contractors in supplying services, goods, and products to build high-speed rail here in California. To that end, we've created our contract readiness program, which will be rolling out this September, which specifically answers those needs and the demands that corporate America, high-speed rail, and government have on small business contractors.
And I know it's very important to get, you know, people together. In other words, bring private and government you know, agencies, entities together with some of these small business people, and so I know you have a summit that sort of helps facilitate that.
Exactly. We have a summit coming up, and there we'll have matchmaking, which will pair up government, corporate, major companies, what we call primes, with our small business owners to discuss opportunities that may be available for them to do business with them.
International trade.
International trade as well. I mean, we have the consulate generals coming in. We have a great panel on you know, tapping the billions of new customers worldwide, specifically in Asia, as well as we'll have members of the Asian caucus there to discuss the state of California from their perspective. As you know,
I was going to say, and you also have government representatives there saying, here's how you can get a piece of the pie.
Exactly. And of course, healthcare reform is top on the bill as well.
That's right. Well, we're almost out of time, but best of luck with the summit. And you have found that these summits actually do work? I mean, they get jobs, they get work?
You know, I've been to a number of small business summits, and they do work. I think the matchmaking on our end, we've made it very efficient and effective. So,
all right, Julian Canete, thank you very much for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Talking about this. Best of luck with your summit.
Thank you.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swat. Have a great day.